They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. The 30, 10, 5, and all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Well, they said they wanted to have some explosive runs. How about that one to start the game?
And I would say on the defensive sideline, there's a lot to answer for. Because you spend all week saying, stop the run. I don't care who you're playing. You don't want to get run over. You don't want to get run past. And they got both. Over-committing in the secondary, and he just went stepping past them and is still running, essentially.
One play, and he hits pay dirt. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. They find some open field here. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down. First carry for the Iowa State man, Breece Hall. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. The Jets at 2-6 now on the year. And they come in the midst of a pretty bad stretch here. Losers of 5 straight.
And far be it from me to go ahead and go gloom and doom, right? If they fall down 7-0, 14-0, all of a sudden the cycle starts all over again. So the best way out of this for them, they need something to happen positive early in this game. That's a great way to help break this losing skid.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That good for 19 and a 1st down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game. It's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down. Now, these two teams, you might recall, met back in mid-season, week 8 to be exact. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. On 2nd down now, Hancock. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a 1st.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. He finds his man complete. It's Wilson. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They'll run with Hall. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Breece Hall, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
92 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Now Allen. He's going to float this one deep right side. He's got a man complete. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one.
An extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that makes the score 14-7.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the shotgun, Wilson. And he comes back with one complete. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled.
So pass interference the call, and that's going to set him up with a first down.
And if it's a bang-bang play, maybe the flag stays in the official's pocket, but instead, he definitely impeded the receiver's right to catch the football. The officials letting the players know how the game's going to be called here in the first quarter.
And not much doing there, maybe a yard up to the 23.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. He finds his man complete. It's Wilson. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Wilson to Wilson there. Zach to Garrett for a jet first down.
They'll give to Hall. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. first catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down. Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. To throw is Wilson. Looking for Bolden, and it's intercepted.
And the Bills will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. A few things better than a big man interception. You can always tell right when they get the football, there's that level of excitement and nervousness, and also like, what the heck do I do with this thing?
And you say, no better sight? Well, not for the quarterback to just throw it. It's bad enough to throw a pick, but to throw one to the big guy? But you're right about that. Now what do I do with it? But what's fun about it is, you know they're going to be in the film room after this ball game, telling all their teammates, maybe I should shift over to offense. I've got skills. What do you think?
Absolutely. I always find myself cheering for them after they intercept it. Unfortunately here, he couldn't make it into the end zone.
There they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. He's at the 30. 10, 5, and all the way home for a Bills touchdown.
Well, CD, that's his 2nd touchdown already. And how about this offense? 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
An absolute total team effort right now. And let's face it, I don't think he's done. We're still in the first half. There's a lot of time left to go. I don't know what they're going to do on the other side trying to slow him down. But right now, he's feeling it.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And it's now 21-7.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. Well, we just saw shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On 1st down, right back to Hall. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. And he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line. That's sacked by Tremaine Edmonds.
Well, if the goal is to get back into this game, the offense is certainly moving in the wrong direction. This is certainly a case where one team needs big splash plays right now, but unfortunately, it's the other team that's getting them.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
This throw taken in by Isaiah Likely.
And he gets this only to the 41, not near enough for the first. A gain of 8 there on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Here's the Jets punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. This is taken at the 15.
Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up.
We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
And they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week. And you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
And he will finally be taken down at the Jets' 21-yard line.
Boy, 184 yards rushing for him, as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Alert!
On play action, Allen. He finds his man, complete. That's Peterson.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And the Bills are going to have a 1st and goal as he's inside the 10, down to the 7-yard line.
A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. 6 plays got him down here. This is play number 7. 3rd and goal. To throw, it's Allen. Under pressure, and they got to him again. A tough time to take the sack. Now it's 4th and goal, and that's a loss of 6.
And it appears to me that someone's defensive coordinator is jockeying for a raise. A sack on 2nd and goal, a sack on 3rd and goal. Now brings up a decision on 4th down.
The kick by Bass is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Fields the squib kick right around the 30. And a mistake on the lateral. It's a loose ball. Now this is picked up by the Bills, but they will not be able to capitalize as time has run out here on the first half of play. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Bills taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Now this is going to be returned from the back line of the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any one of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over. Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Play action. Now Wilson. There he goes, left side. Touchdown. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jets come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard and you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Now, they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You could say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
From the 41, Allen trying to lay one up deep. He's got it at the 15. Touchdown, Bills. A big play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bills are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the 3rd quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
Tyler Bass to kick off the ball.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This will be returned from deep in the end. And all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. off the play fake. Incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. He's got his tight end Freiermuth over the middle. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. The drive stays alive. A 3rd down gain of 8.
56, 56.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line. Five wide. Hey, tight.
They'll try again. But he will lose yardage here. Back to the 4-yard line.
That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
We all know how much running backs love getting the ball down near the goal line. They think they're going to find a way into the end zone. He hasn't had that kind of luck so far. Ends up not getting in on the last 2 carries. You know he's going to be upset about a missed opportunity.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked by Tarvarius Moore.
And the Jets are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
They give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
On 2nd down, Hancock at a gain of about 4 here, moves this from the 6 up to the 10.
Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
And he will find his man on the end route, complete.
And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Let's go.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17.
13 yards remaining on 2nd down.
Now Wilson.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here, back to the 2. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. A great effort there. His third touchdown of the game, number 14 on the year.
And the Bills take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And the lead is now 24.
Jets, 14. Tyler Bass with the kickoff for Buffalo.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an intercepted, Wilson's third of the game. Picked off by Bryce Hall. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football.
It certainly feels like this defensive group has figured this guy out to the tune of a big lead in this one. And you know that he's frustrated with how this game has gone. And now with back-to-back interceptions, he's got to find a way to get out of his own head and start making better plays.
So after the INT, it's Allen. His throw incomplete.
Well, these are the situations that really test the defense, those sudden changes. They're already inside field goal range to start the possession. Their goal now, keep it to a long kick, if indeed they end up trying one.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Allen. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. A big play that time on the catch and run. And the Bills will move the chains. Alert! They'll send a receiver in motion left. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
3 brings up 2nd and goal at the Jets, the 6-yard line.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Bills get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Tyler Bass with the kickoff for Buffalo.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league where we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go, here we go.
They go play action now. Wilson on the move to his left. And this is incomplete. Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player in the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Here's Wilson. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now Wilson. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 33. A very solid gain of 27.
And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Straight ahead is Hall.
And he's going to work this one down to about the 5.
93 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Jets get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is down to 24. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Bills are going to recover. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdote.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down, so let's see what this is about. So retract the yardage and retract the touchdown.
And retract the chunk play. Big strike there to get the touchdown. Now they've got to take it back and see if they've got another one still in their arsenal.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Going deep for Diggs. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
Play action. Now it's Allen.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Picked by Tarvarius Moore.
And the Jets are going to have it here just past the 25.
Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and that'll make it second down. Wilson. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. This is caught inside the 15.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now it's Wilson. And this is going to be intercepted.
And the Bills are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I know that pass was incomplete, but I'm awfully impressed with how he was able to maintain his vision, because normally when you break out to the left that way, it narrows everything down, almost becomes a half-field read. But he's able to still see the entire playing surface and try to connect all the way back to the right.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That'll put him up over 160 yards receiving now for the game. They can't seem to stop it. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Working out of the shotgun, here's Allen. He's going to let this one go deep. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference to see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
Well, they have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start, and pass plays like we just saw, they're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the fourth quarter.
And that they have in every way, and plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile.
And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time.
Picked by Tarvarius Moore.
And the Jets are going to take possession of the football.
Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, fine.
And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. A big play there. 49 yards.
And the Jets take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the fourth quarter after that one, CD. And well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances.
And it'll be intercepted.
Picked off by Bryce Hall.
And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. Whistles and a timeout at the 2:05 mark. So this defense wanting to get one more pause in before the 2-minute warning, and they do just that. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Bills are going to recover. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And some room to roam now. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
244 yards rushing for him now on the afternoon as he just continues to pummel this defense. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
2nd and 6 from the 10.
And now here's a carry heading left. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. They'll try and run for it. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run.
And the Bills look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will.
Bass on for the extra point.
And that stretches the lead to 27.
Makes the score Bills 54, Jets 27. Tyler Bass with the kickoff for Buffalo.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They'll start on the ground. Hall.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Wilson. He's going to let it fly. Makes the catch off the tip by the safety. And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw as this play will stand as is. But the lopsided affair finally coming to an end, and really no shortage of big plays for us to examine.